orientation is locked. Shoot. We need to fix this. Okay, can you guys see me? I believe I'm live. You guys can let me know if we're having troubles. You know, the iPhone, it just keeps updating and somehow it locked my orientation, so I can't do the video in the right direction. Ben tried to help me with it earlier today, but didn't get very far. So I want to work with you guys today. I am here to answer questions. I want to talk to you guys about new things that you might have picked out on Black Friday or Cyber Monday and that you are excited about, but that you maybe don't know how to work in your routine. And so you want help with it. And so I'm here to answer some questions about that. And right now, as we talk, I am getting my laptop on so that I can definitely get in on the questions. Let's go here to my YouTube, go to my videos. And here we go. We're going to go to the live. I just want to make sure I can see you guys' comments because I can never see them on my phone if I'm just doing it on my phone. So I'm going to go there now. What tools should I add to my MBK regimen to plump and add volume? I totally want to tell you what to do for that. In fact, it was one of the, let me turn off sound here on my laptop so we don't hear. You guys don't hear me twice. There we go. Okay, got my laptop and I'm good. So you picked up some MBK, MSB. You've got an MSB. Okay, so if you have an MSB, the kind of plumping you're going to get with an MSB is rehydrating. Just because when you cleanse your skin, let me get my handle up here. There we go. When you cleanse your skin and you drive water into the skin, you will be getting moisture into your skin. And when you do that, that's really going to plump the skin. Now, if you also want to increase that hydration, go ahead and get yourself a few important tools or a few important products to go with that. So you're going to want to make sure that you have Michelle Corley's Ultimate Hydration Gel. And you're going to want to have the Rejuvenating Peptide Serum for face and Revitalizing Peptide Serums for the eyes. So that way you've got peptides for the face and for the eyes, and you've got a hydrating gel. All three of these are conductive. So you can use them alone to conduct, and you can use them with your Rejuvenator. You can use them with the Wave. And you can use them with the MSB. Now My Skin Buddy. I've got too many initials, so I'm just gonna say the full name today. So the most plumping though is going to be the Wave, because the Wave has that extra ultrasound and it's really going to plump the tissues. So that's my ultimate plumping device, is the Wave. But for those who are younger and don't need as much plumping as I do, you can get great plumping with the My Skin Buddy. It's like our level 1 or entry level device. And you can cleanse with it and you can drive all these great serums into the skin. So these are kind of the little tools that you'll want to have to go with your device. Now, I know a lot of people have picked up devices over the holidays. And the biggest question I get is, what do I use as conductive gel? Or some people just don't even know that you need conductive gel. We get a lot of people reaching out after they bought their device, they're trying to use it, it's not working right. And usually it's because they're not using conductive gel. And once you put your conductive gel on, you've got to make sure that it still has slip the whole time you're using it. So I mist my skin with either Lemieux Isocell Recovery Solution or Neogenesis Moisturizing Mist or a Botnia Hydrosol, any of those to keep your slip, keep that conductive gel that you're using, or like I like to use Ultimate Hydration Gel, that's my conductive gel. You've got to keep that wet so that it keeps moving. Your device moves all around the skin and keeps conducting the electricity the way you want it to. So another question here, does the MBK wave help with erasing deep lines around the lips? Absolutely. So the MBK, the wave, let's not talk initials because I'll misspeak and I'll get everyone confused. The wave has that ultrasound in it and vibration and ions. So it's going to really drive your plumping serums in. So again, you're going to want to have your plumping serums. For lips, you're going to want to have your Youth Lip Elixir. I'm putting that on. I'm putting on some plumping peptides, and then I'm using my wave all over the lips to help increase cellular renewal, really push good nutrients into the skin, increase collagen levels in the skin. All of that is really important for maintaining a nice lip line. So it looks like I am getting questions on my phone today. It's working. Somehow I'm doing better. That's good. Let's see. I'm going to get my laptop here though and make sure that I haven't missed any little questions that might have come in before I got going here. Oh, we had Ashley wanted to know, what tools should I add to my MBK regimen to plump and volume under the eye areas? So with an MBK, actually that's the one meant her MSB. My Skin Buddy is going, you know, those same things I talked about, the plumping eye serum. So what you're going to want is this one, Revitalizing Peptide and Stem Cell Eye Serum. Apply that and then use your My Skin Buddy to drive that in, but you will get better results if you pick yourself up during the sale day today. It's the last day. Actually, my team told me they extended the sale today. It was supposed to be last day yesterday, but it was extended. So one more day, you can get the Eye Rejuvenator. And just by itself with today's sale price, it would be 15% off. But if you load some other things in your cart, like your serums and things like that, and get your price over $250, you'll get 20% off on your device. And all the devices, most all the devices cost enough, the price is high enough that you're automatically going to get 20% off on them. So this is a really good time to get devices. We don't discount devices very often. There's some people who've asked the question about that Time Master Pro. It is not, you cannot use this discount with the Time Master Pro because the Time Master Pro, the company that makes them, does not allow any kind of discounting on that item. It's not my favorite plumping device anyway. If you want to do plumping, get the Wave and you can get the 20% discount on that. So this is going to be ideal for this under eye regeneration. This is really going to increase ATP. ATP is that cellular energy, so you're not going to have stagnation under here, and you're going to have more cell renewal going on there, so the skin will get more padding, a more collagen layer in there and not be so thin. All right, let's see what other question I may have messed up or missed. How does the Michelle Corley Revitalizing Peptide Serum for Eyes compare to the SkinScript Peptide Eye Serum? So the SkinScript Peptide Eye Serum is better for dark circles. If you have really dark circles under the eyes, you'll want to use that there. It doesn't quite have as much slip. So, you know, it's not going to work quite as well with your Rejuvenator or your My Skin Buddy, things that are conducting some electricity in there. Hands down, the Peptide Eye Serum from SkinScript is the best for those constant under eye dark circles. More for the lines, firmness, and repair. That's when you want to grab the Michelle Corley one. Okay, we have Dale here says, I think I heard you saying that I can use the Eye Rejuvenator for the lip area. Yes, I tried to get them to change the name of it, but you know, to change the packaging and everything could be difficult, but we like to call it the Eye and Lip Rejuvenator. So definitely, my mother-in-law, she says she likes to use it around the lips first because it gets nice and warm, and then she takes it up and uses it around the eye area. And the lip area is very delicate. You can use a lot of the same things that you use on the eyes on the lip area. So what I use is my Youth Elixir, and I'll work it in with that. And then for the eyes, I'm going to be using my Michelle Corley Revitalizing Peptide Eye Serum. So I'm going to put some of that around the eye area and on the lip area. And that's going to have that real conductive element. It's going to have that nice slip. It's really going to conduct that electricity and really get that ATP going in there. So there's that. Here we go. Katie says, or Catty, I think it's Catty, says, when you're using several serums and creams at the same time, how long should you wait between each layer? Well, it kind of depends. Oftentimes, I'll just wait a few seconds just to let it dry, especially if you're using a vitamin C serum. You want that acid and stuff in the vitamin C, or if you're using a mandelic serum, any kind of an acid serum, you're going to want to put that on and then let it dry so that it can have its action on the skin. Especially with our acne clients, we often tell them with their mandelic serum, let it dry for 15 minutes. I want your skin to actually feel dried out by the time you start layering your other serums and moisturizers on. Some other serums like Neogenesis Recovery Serum, that goes in really fast. So I just immediately start putting on my vitamin C serum after my recovery serum. Some days when I'm in a time crunch or I'm just lazy, I'll just mix them in my hands. I'm going to put a pump of recovery serum, a pump of my lifting peptides, a pump of my Pal serum in there, and just put them all on, and then put on my moisturizers. So you don't have to be too careful about it. You can mix them. To get the most out of it, it's best to layer. But sometimes just mixing them together in your hands works just fine too. Just depends on how much of a hurry you were in that day. Okay, let's go back here. We got lots of good questions coming in. Yay. Valentina, is the ultrasound on the curve stronger than on the ultrasound on the wave? Yes. The curve is our strongest device because it's designed really for the body. So the ultrasound in that is designed for thicker tissue. And that's why the curve is really only recommended to use every couple days. I will sometimes use it more often, but I'm using it for a very short amount of time, just a couple minutes, and I can get away with that. But otherwise, if you're doing a longer treatment, you really want to do that. Wait a couple days in between. Only use the curve a couple times a week. The wave is calibrated perfectly for the delicate tissues on the face. So you can use this every single day. Keep in mind, Valentina, that stronger is not always better. Stronger ultrasound is often used for muscle injuries and things like that, and it is not the best thing for your face. It's not good for your skin tissue and your face. So stronger is not always better. And if you're using that stronger one, then you just don't want to use it as often, or really cut down on the length of time that you're using it. We see the same thing with people using microcurrent devices. They'll get a microcurrent device that's designed for the body, like a TENS unit, and they want to use that on their face, and it's the wrong kind of current, and it's way too strong, and it's not going to do the kind of work that you want to do on your face. So it's, stronger is not always better. Alrighty. Dale says, does the Neogenesis eye serum work with the eye rejuvenator? Absolutely it does. It doesn't have quite as much slip as the one from Michelle Corley, but yes, it works great. It has good slip. Okay, Brandy has some questions about a light unit that she has, and she just purchased the MBK curve. Can I use these separately? Is the MBK just LED, or is there more to it? So the curve does have different colors of LED that you can use. However, it's not at that really strong therapeutic level. So if you have a nice strong light source, LED source, I don't know anything about the one that you have, but if you have a strong one that's like the light stem, that we use that for 5 minutes every night, and that's more on the therapeutic level of LED. The LED that's in your Wave and some of your other handheld devices is very supportive. It's great, but it's not going to do that really deep tissue work that you're wanting to do with the light stem, or when you're doing a more therapeutic LED treatment. And yes, it does more. The Wave does more than just LED. It has ultrasound, it has ions, negative and positive for either cleansing the skin or driving things into the skin. And it also has massaging vibration, and then all the different colors of LEDs. So it does a number of different things. And then here we go. Jenny's message. She says, I love the MSB, my skin buddy, for cleansing and the Wave for product penetration. Sure, you can do that. If you have both devices already, then do that. But if you don't have a device, then you probably want to get the Wave. The My Skin Buddy used to be a less expensive option and startup option, and now the price just keeps going up on that device. And the Wave is not that much more, and it's a better quality device. So, you know, if you don't have a device, I would choose the Wave to start with. But absolutely, you could use both. Jenny says, what about the Tove Eye Repair Serum? That's more of a lotion. You can use it with the Rejuvenator because it is going to, the heat from the Rejuvenator will help it, but really to get the most ATP production, you're gonna want to use a gel first. So I would use the Neogenesis gel or the Michelle Corley gel, and then use your lotions or creams after that. Your eyes kind of need the same kind of care that your whole face gets, because we put serums on our face and then we put moisturizer on our face. It's got to be the same thing with our eyes. We'll put on our serum and use our eye rejuvenator, and then put on your Tove, I keep calling it Sculptra, your Sculptra or Tove eye cream. And then you can also use the heat from your rejuvenator to work that into the skin as well. Okay, let's get back up here. I think I answered all your questions, Jenny. If not, pipe in again and ask again, and I'll work on it. How do you keep your skin always so glowy? It's just, thank you so much for the compliment. And I keep it glowy because I'm a skincare fanatic and I use all these devices I show you. I'll show you some of the key products, you know, those enzyme, the peptide serums, the vitamin C serums, the Dermadisc, super important. We just added this to our lineup. We are having these made for us here in Sacramento. This is a microdermabrasion device without suction, and I use it with essential enzymes, and I'm finding that I use this every Monday. This is my skin pick-me-up because the microdermabrasion is going to remove old dry skin cells. It's going to remove dark pigmentation. It's going to help remove rough skin texture. So I'm putting on my enzymes and then using my Dermadisc with the fine disc on that wet skin. And I absolutely love that. And that really also helps contribute to my glowiness. What I'm loving doing is using the Botnia Gentle Cleanser because this is a lactic acid cleanser. So lactic acid goes in and loosens up the bonds between the cells, and so that I can exfoliate better. So I'll wash with this lactic cleanser, which is the Botnia Gentle Cleanser. Then I put on the essential enzymes and keep my skin wet. And I usually use the Botnia Hydrosol to keep my skin wet. And then I do the Dermadisc all over. So keeping that buildup of dry, dull skin cells away helps my serums to penetrate into the skin. And I'm also using the Wave every single day. When you hit my age, I'm 59, you need the extra boost. You're spending all this great money on products and things that are going to help with healthy aging. Well, it just makes sense to use something to help drive those deeper into the skin so you get the full benefit of them. Also, something that contributes to my glow is that every day after I put my serums on, I'm putting on the Ultimate Hydration Gel from Michelle Corley, and then I'm using my Wave to work that into my skin, and it's that instant Photoshop. It just instantly plumps and adds to that glow. And then I use 2 moisturizers every day. So I use the Neogenesis Intensive Moisturizer, and then on top of that I put the Barrier Renewal, because that Barrier Renewal really helps me with transepidermal water loss, which we really get here in Redding. It's dry. And well, I used to be in Redding, I'm in Sacramento, but it's still dry here. And so using 2 layers of that moisturizer really helped me. And then I put on the Is Clinical Eclipse sunscreen that has a really nice dewy finish. And then I use the Moisturizing Illuminaire foundation, and I just use it a little bit in the areas where I want a little bit of coverage, and I get this really nice glow, and I really like it. So hopefully you get something out of that. On the new year, I have been writing up my protocols. So once January 1st hits, sometime right after that, we'll do a new year, new you, and I'll share with you guys my personal protocol that you can pick and choose from. You might not like to use as many layers as I do, but you can still get something really good out of that, and maybe just pick one or two things that will really help your skin. Okay, let's see what else we have here. Jasmine, any recommended frequency on microchanneling? And can they be used with light stim on same day, or how far apart? So microchanneling is using needles. So it's like micro needling. And for us, we use a stamp when we're doing microchanneling. So I'm not sure what to tell you about frequency for that. And maybe you can elaborate more, but I don't have a frequency with my microchanneling. It's just a stamp that we use. And yes, it can be used with light stim, LED, absolutely on the same day. Another thing to do on the same day is microcurrent. Do your microcurrent before you do your needling, and that microcurrent is really going to increase the ATP in the skin, so that then when you needle it, you've got all this great action going on in the skin, all this energy in the cells. It'll go to work healing the skin and really getting that collagen production that you want. All right, let's see what else we have here. When do you use the light stim, before or after other devices? Doesn't really matter. Light stim can be done before or after. I tend to do it at night. I keep it next to the bed, and I do it at nighttime because by the time I've done all my other skincare, my devices, I don't want to stand there for 5 minutes doing my light stim. So I do it at nighttime. And then my other devices, I use, especially the Wave, I'm using that in the morning because that's when I'm wanting my most plumpness to take me through the day. So you can use your light stim though any way you want, before, after, in the middle of. Let's see, would love to purchase the Dermadisc exfoliator. However, it seems it was not part of the Cyber Monday. Any promos we can use for it? It is part of the Cyber Monday. So what you can do is just reach out to our live chat, and they will help you with that. If for some reason the code's not working on that device, they can refund it or figure out what's going on. You know, we have a new website this year, and we're just learning how to use all our coupon managers and set our specials and stuff like that. So there might be just a quirk going on in there. Reach out to our live chat, and they will definitely help you with that. Or they might tell you, oh, well, Jeana originally said it wasn't going to be part of it, but just say, I talked to Jeana. She said to give me a discount code for it, or something, get help with it. Okay, Jasmine, what is the benefit for light stim that we can see visually? Well, visually, light stim, you've got to do the light stim for a minimum of 5 days a week to see results with it. And you're going to start seeing results about 6 weeks in. So some people give up too soon. They want to see really instant results. You're just not going to see that, because light stim is going to work deeper in your skin so that those new skin cells that are rising to the surface are going to be healthier. So you're going to have healthier cells. Your capillary walls are going to be stronger, so you're going to get less little broken capillaries. The healing is going to be faster. Old damaged cells like sun damage and deep wrinkles and lines, a lot of that will definitely start to fade, but you've got to have that patience to keep using your LED for, like I said, 5 minutes a day, 5 days minimum, 5 days a week. And also, so you know, there's a lot of LED devices out there. There's a lot of crazy devices that are similar to the devices I've shown you It's a device crazy world since COVID, and there's a lot of LED devices out there, like those shaped masks that fit on your face and stuff. And a lot of those are not strong enough. They're not as strong as the light stim. In fact, to get an equivalent of the healing that you get from a light stim for 5 minutes, you would have to do 10 hours of one of those face masks on your face. Nobody wants to wear that long on their face. So there's a lot of gimmicky stuff out there nowadays, stuff coming out of China, little devices and tools for plumping and this and that and RF. And they cost about 20 bucks. They come out of China. They're not regulated and they're not very good. So just be cautious about that. And know when you're asking me something like that, how long is it going to take to see those results? It's going to depend on what you're using. But also with LED, you just have to be patient. You just have to do it by faith. LED is that thing like my Neogenesis recovery serum. Recovery serum and the LED, they are going to work very deeply in the skin. So you're not going to begin to see the results until those layers of the skin rise to the surface. And our skin takes 5 weeks for new cells to come up, and it's even longer for my age and older. And so that's why we speed up that cellular regeneration by using a lot of enzymes. Some people use a lot of acids or strong retinols. I don't prefer that. I find them to be hard on my skin. Acids tend to be really drying. So if you don't need acids, I say kind of stick away from them. I don't put glycolic acid on my skin. I love enzymes. So you'll hear me talk a lot about different enzymes that you can use several times a week, and that will really boost up the results and speed up the results that you'll get from your light stim and from your Neogenesis stem cell products. Okay, let's check another question here. When are you releasing your Microcurrent collab with 70 Wellness? I know we were supposed to be able to have it by now. We may have it by the end of December, but what I'm telling my customer service team is to tell people January. It's going to be the new year, new you tool. When you're working on something new, sometimes it just takes time, and the device is all ready to go. We're like waiting on boxes, things like that, just little technicalities that have to be worked through, but we will have it for you soon. Jenny says, do you like the Tove eye cream and the Neogenesis serum for eyes? Yes, I like both of those. I use two things. Like I said, I use the eye serum. My husband and I both use the Neogenesis eye serum. He absolutely loves that. He doesn't use anything else with it. And he gets these real pockets or puffy places under his eyes, and he puts that on and they're just instantly better, and he loves that. So, but I tend to have a little more dryness going on. And because I use a little bit of retinol at nighttime, I tend to get too close to my eyes, and my eyes get really wrinkly under here from retinol. So I am putting on like the Tove eye cream under here, or I like the Botnia eye cream. Sometimes I'll use that one. What other eye creams do I like? Oh, I like Michelle Corley's Botanical Eye, especially in the wintertime, because that's one of the more rich ones. But yeah, and I also have the Tove one. So, and it works great. And I love the little applicator on that. It's kind of cooling on the skin and it feels really nice. But I put that on over the Neogenesis eye serum. Okay, Caddy, will the list of products mentioned be in the caption or the video today before the sale ends? I will try and do that for you after this. I'll try to remember everything that I talked about. Sometimes it's hard, but I will work on it. And anytime you want to know something, just, ask me the question in the comments later. I won't be able to see these comments that we have going now. But after the video goes live or goes on, the recorded video goes live, you can ask questions there, and I'm usually the one who pops in and answers those questions. Or you can head over to our live chat and then we'll tell you what I was talking about. They're pretty good about that. Diane says, are you not using the Emapel and Catapult combo anymore? Do you still use Hydrotox? So I do absolutely still use my Emapel. This is my second year at Emapel, and I wanted to bump things up a little bit. So I made some changes. I don't always feed my skin the same thing. So I'll take a season off of certain things. So right now I'm taking some time off of Cavapla, and what I'm using is recovery serum. Then I'm using Nelly DeVos lifting peptides. And then I'm putting on my Emapel serum. And then I'm putting on my Michelle Corley Ultimate Hydration Gel. And then I'm using the Wave to work that in. But if you want to keep using the Cavapla, then you would use Cavapla instead of the Ultimate Hydration Gel. Put on your Cavapla and then work it in with the Wave, and it works really great. We have a new toner for Cavapla, and I haven't got to play with it yet, so I'll be playing with that. And you'll see me probably a little later in the winter. I'll be adding that back in my routine and playing with that. Right now, I'm going to finish out the next couple months using the protocol I just told you, and then I'll probably be adding Cavapla back in. So Cavapla has a new toner, and when you use that toner, the nice thing is you can put your other serums on as well. When you put on your Cavapla, it really foams up now, so that's super fun for those people who are having trouble getting their Cavapla to foam. Cavapla is what you really want to add in when you're seeing dehydration lines. The skin is just looking dehydrated and dry. I'm getting a great result right now using the Michelle Corley Ultimate Hydration Gel, but Cavi really gets in there, and Cavapla is always that first one I pull from my clients who are in their 70s and 80s. That they're the big guns. Cavapla is the big guns, and it costs a whole lot more than this Ultimate Hydration Gel. I think this is $35, and Cavapla is quite a bit more than that. So, you know, if I'm prescribing for somebody older than I am, somebody in their 70s and 80s with a lot of deeper lines and things happening in their face, I'm going to pull that Cavapla every time. But I don't have that many really deep lines yet, so Cavapla is a little overkill. I don't necessarily need it. It's really fun. I like it. It gives a nice glow. But there's other things I can feed my skin as well. For those people who have more expression lines, who are older, my mother-in-law, she's in her 80s, I'm putting Cavapla on her, and it's great. It's absolutely beautiful on her, but her skin is at an age where she needs that more than I do. And then also asking about the Hydrotox. They changed the name on that to Hevatox. And again, with Hevatox is a wonderful gold ampule, and I have it in my cabinet. I will use it occasionally where I have a deeper line, but I just don't have those deep expression lines. I do a lot of massage. I use my Anma, so I do a lot of massage, release the tension lines around my face. I just don't have a lot of deep set wrinkles coming on yet, so I'm not pulling those. I'm pulling other things that I feel my skin needs for support, more the brightening, the lifting, working on keeping the density of the collagen on my skin. Those are the things that bother me and what I'm working on for my skin. I'm not focusing so much on lines and wrinkles or deep lines or folds yet. I will be, just haven't quite gotten there yet. Okay. Janet wants to know if there's anything new with Mitama. I'm sorry, I don't know. I'm not affiliated with Mitama anymore. Jenny, how is the new device coming? My husband keeps asking me what I want for Christmas. I know. Like I said, maybe by mid-December. So we should have some for you to order by Christmas. You probably won't be under your tree for Christmas because it's going to take a little time, you know, to ship and get it there. I don't know if we'll get it here in the warehouse in time to ship it to you and get it under your tree, but we should maybe be able to order it by Christmas from our website and have them in our warehouse. Do I have a video about anti-aging products for the hands? No, I haven't done a video on that. I think that's a great idea. I have done some anti-aging videos for the body, for sure. That can be, you know, you can use the similar idea for the hands, but off the top of my head, I'm going to tell you that those sugar scrubs, there's a Sunshine Sugar Scrub, I think it's called, from Farmhouse Fresh. I keep that next to my sink and I use that on my hands. And then I'm using those anti-aging hand creams like Rhonda Allison's Phytoendorphin hand cream. That stuff is amazing, and it actually works to release those endorphins in your body. So we call it the happy hand cream. You use it and it makes you makes you happy. And then the next thing that I do for hands is I keep a small container of sunscreen in my car. You can get Clear Choice, just a small bottle of Clear Choice, keep it in the pocket of your car and put that on your hands every time you get in the car and start to drive, because that's where we are getting the most aging on our forearms and our hands, is that sun coming through the windows when we're driving. So increasing the exfoliation in those areas. And you can use any of your devices on your hands. You can use, yeah, any of these devices, and even the light stem on your hands and your arms to help with that area. So pretty much everything we do for our face, you can do for your hands as well. Jasmine says, how often do you recommend microchanneling? Once a week or a couple times a month? So microchanneling, I'd like to do a pretty aggressive treatment with that. So I'm going to get my skin really nice and red, pink, and maybe even a few little blood spots here and there. And I only do that once every 5 weeks, because it takes 5 weeks for the skin to heal and repair and rebound. So you don't want to keep attacking your skin while it's trying to repair and rebound. You want to give it that time to heal. So wait a solid 5 weeks in between doing your microchanneling treatments. Now, occasionally we will bump it up and do more often if we're working with scarring. So if you have some pitting scarring, some stuff like that, then we might do it a little more often, and also be combining some retinol in there and some of our TCA peel cream. We might be incorporating that into the routine to work on the different types of scarring that you can get left over from acne. Sarah says that she's finding YouTubers avoiding red light therapy as they seem to be triggering melasma and hyperpigmentation. Have you experienced not using it for a time to test for yourself? No, I have gotten hyperpigmentation triggered from LED. It's that infrared in there, but I find it works just fine as long as I don't hold it on my skin. And I get wonderful healing benefits from it, for my capillaries and everything, but I'm holding it off the skin and I'm moving it around. When I first got my light stem, I would hold it in one spot till the beep went. I think it's like 3 minutes a spot. And I would just hold it there, and it would get pretty hot underneath there. And then I would start seeing my pigmentation getting a little bit darker. So I did have to modify how I use it. Now I usually recommend for all my clients to do it the same way, is that don't just hold it in one spot, and don't hold it right on the skin. Hold it next to the skin and move it around. Just move it around. You can do one side of your face until you hear the beep, and then do the other side, or you can just do your whole face until you hear a beep. That's a way that I found that works for me with the light stem. I also have a light stem dome that you lay down and goes over the face. And I like to use that, and I do not get hyperpigmentation from that. I don't have really much hyperpigmentation at all right now, just a few of my spots here and there, but no real melasma right now at all. And I'm doing my light stem, and with that dome, I don't get hyperpigmentation from that. We thought about bringing it on and making it available to you guys, but it's $2,500, and I just don't know that anyone's gonna, be willing to spend that much. You guys can give me your 2 cents here if you think you would pay for that light stem dome. What's nice about it is you can put it on the neck, the chest, because it's just dome shape. It's not like a mask shape. So you can use it around other parts of the body. but it's kind of expensive. So that's just what has stopped me from actually bringing it onto the website, being conscious of that kind of thing. Diane says, how strong should LED be to be effective? You know, I don't have those numbers on the top of my head, but you can definitely reach out to live chat, and you can look at the numbers on our light stem. Look at the numbers on our light stem. That gives you the right wavelength you're supposed to have. But keep in mind that if there's only a few bulbs, you know, like even with our devices here, some devices just have like 5 lights going around, and that's not very much. Maybe they're calibrated to the right wavelength and strength, but there's not very many of them. That can be an issue. You know, with the light stem, you can see all those bulbs. There's a lot of bulbs on there and very concentrated. So a couple different things to consider with that. For Dermadisc exfoliator, if only can purchase 1 or 2, which do you recommend? Botany Essential Enzymes or 12 Hands Hydrosol, Neogenesis Booster Serum, Soothing Repair Mask? You only want 1 or 2 to go with. It sounds like you're getting the Dermadisc, but you want to know what's going to be most important to get with it. So I would say definitely get yourself the essential enzymes. And of course, I would always say Neogenesis skin serum. If you know it's more of a budgetary thing, then don't get Neogenesis Booster Serum. Get Neogenesis Skin Serum. So I would say those would be probably the 2 most important healthy aging things that you could get to go with that. But I love Soothing Repair Mask to use afterwards. If I really do a really deep treatment, I've got my skin really nice and pink and exfoliated, I love putting on Soothing Repair Mask. Plumps the skin, it just takes the sting out, takes the redness out. And I use Barrier Renewal Cream every single day. And 12 Hands is just yummy. So I think though, if I had to narrow it down to 2 things, it would be the enzymes and then Neogenesis Skin Serum. That's what I would get for you, Brandy. Okay, and then Caddy, I use Neogenesis Intensive Moisturizer around my eyes. Is that not a good idea? Is there a better choice? Intensive Moisturizer is not really made for the eye area. You're not going to, I mean, you're going to get some moisture and stuff from that, but it's a little heavy for that area. Molecularly, it's a little large for that area. It's not as targeted. Definitely, when you can, you'll want to get yourself an eye cream that's made for that eye area. I use that intensive eye cream. I mean, I use intensive moisturizer and barrier renewal. Starting to twist my tongue around. I use those every day, and I still have to use my eye serum and eye cream. But you know, I'm 59. And so the reason I know I still have to use those is because I will see a difference around my eyes. Just intensive moisturizer and barrier renewal will not do the trick with those fine lines and wrinkles around my under eye area. And also I get some little crepiness going on here, which is gone right now. I've been doing a good job. I think my Dermadisc and everything I'm doing is really helping with this area. So definitely just depends on what you're seeing around your eyes. At some point, you're going to want to add in eye-specific products. Celine says, yeah, the Dermadisc is excluded from the discount. So you guys who are watching today, if you reach out to live chat and you want a Dermadisc, you just tell them Jeana said I could have the discount. Because you guys are special and you're taking this time to watch me, you can have the discount on the Dermadisc. We don't have much markup on that, and that's why we didn't include it in the sale. But yeah, I love giving you guys stuff, so go for it. Sarah says, looking forward to the green light therapy in the wave. Ordered last night. What wipes did you put over it to add for deep cleansing the tinted sunscreen off the face? Okay, so couple things. Yes, the green light, I love that too. And green light is excellent. If you're worried about getting hyperpigmentation from LED, use the green light. It's fantastic. Now, what I use with my wave is we have toner pads on our website. So you can get toner pads, and I have a number of different toners I like. It depends on what's going on with your skin and what I would recommend. But I really, I use quite often the Nelly DeVos Biotense Organic pH Toner. It's an aloe vera based toner, and I love the enzymes in aloe vera because they help. You know, I'm that enzyme junkie. I love digesting away dead skin cells. So I will saturate one of our toner pads with that, then put it on here and use this little round thing there and put it on, and that way it holds it on while I'm using it. And so that's what you can use. And if you're really using it to get some additional cleansing, then use plus. So think of Ion Plus, plus pulls. So if you want to pull more stuff out of the skin, use it on plus. The other thing that I like for removing makeup is our Clean Skin, the Clean Skin face wipes. We have some face wipes for removing makeup. And I like to use those to remove my makeup, and then I use my cleansers and my enzymes and things, and you may want to try those. And those are on our website, and it's the Clean Skin Club. We have some wipes that already have stuff in there to help remove your makeup, and then we have dry ones, and I like both. Sometimes I use the dry ones and I get them wet, and I use them to remove things on my face. I use them for all over body washing sometimes. I love those things. So I hope that answers your question. Let's see. This person says, I was just now looking on your website, but don't see a peptide serum from Michelle Corley. I see peptide and stem cell eye gel. Yes, there's, I'll give you the exact name. So you can go in the search bar on my website, and if you want the face one, it starts with Rejuvenating. So it's called Rejuvenating Peptide and Stem Cell. So try typing in Rejuvenating, and then you will probably find it. The one for the eyes starts with Revitalizing Peptide. So the Revitalizing, they look a lot alike. So as you're scrolling along, and the new label is blue. So they'll both have blue writing on them. They look almost alike on the website, so I can understand why you would miss it. So just try typing in Rejuvenating Peptide, and that should get you there. It's so funny because for a long time, Michelle just made the eye one, and we all fell in love with this, and we would put it all over our entire faces. And for a long time, that's what we did. And then Michelle thought, well, I should just make it for the face. So she made us one more specific to what we deal with on the entire face, and made us the face one. So we don't have to put the eye one all over. And I like both, but I really like the face one on the face because then it layers better with your other products. Oh, and I even answered your question wrong. So let me read it more slowly. I'm starting to get brain crazy here. Fried brain. So I was just now looking on your website, but I don't see a peptide eye serum from Michelle Corley. I see peptide and stem cell eye gel. Is that the same product? Yes. Sorry, I completely misread your question. So yes, the eye serum is actually called a gel, and it's Revitalizing Peptide and Stem Cell Eye Gel. And the stem cells in these products are plant stem cells. They're not, they're from plants, so they're antioxidants. That's different than human stem cells. And Valentina says, ever since Michelle mentioned rinsing my hands before putting on the Cavi, I always get a good foam, and I'm so grateful to her. That's awesome. I had no idea about that either, so I think it's a great news. Parvin, can you please show us how to use the Microdermabrasion device with the Botnia enzyme? I thought the device could only be used dry. Thank you. She says, I look stunning in blue. Thank you. So I have stuff on my face, so I can't really show you, but if you look in my videos, you will see my Dermadisc video. And I know Ben's working really hard. I've overloaded him with a lot of videos, but we made a training video for you guys to be helpful with that Dermadisc. But if you watch my facial video, you'll see that I do the Dermadisc dry first. And for me, because I've been doing it for a while, I'll use the medium diamond tip. And then immediately after I finish doing that, I add these enzymes onto the skin. So then I'm just putting the enzyme right on the skin, and I am spritzing with some hydrosol so it's nice and wet. I'm going to do that right now. And then when I'm doing my face and I'm doing it wet, I use the fine. And you can read, it's very, very light. We've had a few people reach out because they haven't been able to figure out which one is which. You'll need your glasses on. It's very, very faint, and it says light down there. So now I'm turning it on so that it vibrates. And what's nice about when it vibrates, you don't have to hold the skin quite as tight because you're going to glide a bit more over the skin. So now I'm getting a manual exfoliation from the diamond tipped, but I'm also getting that enzyme exfoliation, the little Pac-Man eating away those dry skin cells. So I'm just getting a really nice exfoliation going on here. And this is the one that I like to do on Monday mornings. It's a little gentler, it's not that real intense, so I don't need to use soothing repair afterwards or anything like that, but I can just do a quick Monday morning exfoliation with my enzymes, and it works really well. If your skin is not quite as firm in certain areas, just work in one direction. So for instance, under the eye area, that's real delicate, I'll hold one finger here and then work outward like this, or I'll hold a finger here and work downward like that. I hope that helps. But I don't want to grind my makeup into my skin, so I can't show you my face today, but I will do it again. We've been doing a number of different videos with the Dermadisc, and I will definitely do some more in the new year for you. Okay, Sarah says, confused with the eye cream, best to use to build collagen under eyes. Ordered Botnia eye cream and Rhonda Allison Enzyme product last night. You mentioned, yes, I love those. That's actually what I'm using right now. So what I use is my Neogenesis eye serum, and then I use my Botnia eye cream on top of it. But I do also have the one from Michelle Corley, and when I'm wanting to do more prolonged microcurrent treatment, I'm going to pull that one out to do because it has the more glide when I want to do a deeper microcurrent treatment. But for day-to-day use, excellent. Rhonda Allison Enzyme, you'll use that a few nights a week, and then use your Botnia eye cream every day, twice a day. I'm sure we'll have them up in January. We have some really nice before and after pictures of people using the Botnia eye cream for 5 weeks. Really nice changes in the skin, so that's exciting. Caddy says, I have the Rhonda Allison bamboo scrub. Would that be as good as a sugar scrub for the hands? Absolutely, yes. The bamboo scrub is fantastic. The nice thing about it too is if you're using it in the shower, it doesn't get your shower oily. You don't have to worry about slipping and falling. Oh, my watch is talking to me. I'm gonna take it off so it'll quit talking to me. Okay. I thought we were gonna do a quick 30-minute question answer, but this is good. I'm gonna keep going as long as we have questions here. Sarah says, you like Rhonda Allison retinol, but is it retinol or retinaldehyde? Good question. Rhonda Allison has retinol and retinaldehyde depending on which product you choose. So my favorite is Retinol Supreme, and that's a lactic acid and retinol. I also like Synergy A, which is a mandelic acid with retinaldehyde. So for people who are just beginning with retinols or just want something a little gentler, that Stem Cell A is excellent. That's the retinaldehyde. For those of you who want to boost it up and up the game a little bit, the Retinol Supreme is what you'll want to use. So right now, because I'm upping my game, I'm using Retinol Supreme underneath my Pal night cream. So I'm getting several different kinds of retinol on my skin, and my skin is really liking it. A year ago, if I tried to do that, I would have been a little rashy mess. My skin would not have handled it well at all. So I did a full year on the Pal night cream before I started boosting it with other retinol serums. So you've always got to listen to your skin and do what your skin needs and what your skin is asking for. How often do you offer a discount on Rhonda Allison? We only can offer a discount on Rhonda Allison when they authorize it, and they usually only authorize it once a year. Occasionally they'll do a second time, but usually the one that we did on Monday was that once a year that they'll allow us to do. So it's not very often. What we do usually once a year as well is have a double point event. So we'll have a Rhonda Allison double points, and that's really nice because then you get extra rewards and things to shop in the reward center. Parvin, is there a way to purchase a replacement ring for the toner pad for the you lost yours? I know. I'm always afraid I'm gonna lose mine. I don't know of a way to get a replacement on that. I'll ask my rep if we could get some of those in and offer them for sale for you guys. We are pretty much going to be an exclusive for the Wave moving forward. So I will definitely ask them if we can get some extras of those to have around for you guys. If you don't hear back from me, tag somebody over in live chat and they will pester me to make sure that I do that, because it sounds like I'm going to have a lot to do when I get off here with writing everything down. Sarah says, can you go, you know what else you could use though? Use a rubber band, and I've done that before. When I've misplaced mine, you can get a rubber band and just attach it with a rubber band on there. So until we get a better solution for you, just go get yourself a rubber band. We do the same thing on our Claire Blend minis. We put the toner pad, wet toner pad on there, and then we rubber band it and hold it on there. And that rubber will not interfere at all with the device action. So there's something that you can do for that. Sarah says, can you go over how to exfoliate the neck again and which product? I ordered the Michelle Corley gel, Rhonda Allison cream. Nelly DeVos product was sold out. I know. We'll have a fresh batch of that Nelly DeVos lifting peptides coming in really soon. So exfoliating the neck can be tricky. The neck is a really sensitive area. What I recommend is picking up those Botnia essential enzymes. When I checked this morning, we had 16 left. We will, of course, be getting more in, get a fresh batch in, but this batch we just got in and got it back on the website today, so they're very fresh. But the essential enzymes will be excellent to use on the neck area. Any of our enzymes will be good for you to use. Antiaging Rejuvenating, that's a wonderful enzyme. Rhonda Allison's Dermazyme, or Dermapeel, Dermazyme. She changes the name all the time, so I can't keep it straight. I think it's Dermapeel, but it might be Dermazyme. That one is also excellent for the neck area. So those are good ways to exfoliate the neck. You can also use the Dermadisc on the neck. So what you're gonna do when you do that is you're just gonna hold it firm and work in downward strokes like this all over, holding that skin and working downward, and that'll give you a really nice exfoliation. It's hard to do peels or acids or retinols on the neck because the skin on the neck reacts and gets rashy. The Rhonda Allison Bioreform 28 is excellent. Looks like you got that. So I think you're on the right track. Parvin, thank you for the tutorial. Loving your new device. Yay, thank you. Jasmine, do you already have a makeup removal video on YouTube? I don't have a makeup removal video on YouTube. I don't wear a whole lot of makeup. I use a little bit of the Illuminaire. I use some mascara and a little blush. So it's not hard for me to get my makeup off of my skin, but I recommend checking out the Clean Skin Club wipes on our website. They're acne safe, and you can use those to remove your makeup, and then your cleansers and your enzymes and everything else will be more effective because you've removed that top layer of stuff on the skin. All right, you guys, I made it to the bottom and I want to get off. It's 12:30. We did a full hour and I want to have a few extra minutes. I'm going to be catching an airplane in an hour. So I'm leaving for the airport now. But I want to try and get some of this stuff listed. Maybe I can even recruit somebody over there, one of the live chat people, Lauren or Celine, to put some links on here for you guys. If I don't get these links on, because I don't want to miss my plane, I just reach out to live chat. Ask them your questions. They will look it up for you. They'll go the extra mile to make sure that you have the information you need about what I talked about today. So thanks, you guys. It's wonderful answering all of your questions. It's been a lot of fun, and I will see you all next week. Bye-bye.